It is the border battle. Welcome to Independence High School for the WCTV Game of the Week between these visiting Summit Spartans and the host Independence Eagles. Good evening, everybody. Michael Williams alongside my buddy and partner in crime, Parker Hazard. As we have the opening kickoff, Independence has elected to receive. We have a squib kick down to the 30-yard line. Parker Hazard, the alumni of Independence High School. He's done plenty of homework, and he's got the rundown for you right now.
Yeah, Michael, you said it. This border battle is definitely new to me. Left the high school, graduated before Summit was intact, but definitely a lot of rivalry between these two student bodies. It's great to come back to the alma mater and see these two great coaches, fairly new coaches, battle it out, and different regions, but see two different styles of football tonight and see how they match up with each other.
So Indy takes over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Nathan Cisco, the quarterback, and a give up the gut to number 3. That's Colby Logan. And Colby is stacked up at about the 30-yard line. Looks like he's got a penalty flag on the very first play of the game. I think we're going to have some chit-chat going on. Not a whole lot of love lost between these two squads. Summit won their first ever game over Indy last year, 31-17, and that was their first win ever over their crosstown rival. Summit just a few miles down the road here in the southern part of Williamson County, and it looks like Summit is going to be whistled for the personal foul, and will put Indy up to the 41-yard line.
You know, you said it with the improvement that Coach Coleman has done over at Summit. Getting to the playoffs year before last, and then last year being able to host the playoff and making it to the quarterfinals. A lot of improvement.
Independence again, 1st and 10 from their 41. Again, it's Colby Logan. He's up the middle to a gain of about 6 yards, crosses midfield to the Summit 49-yard line, brings up 2nd down and 4.
You know, Michael, I kind of like what Coach Blade's doing, starting the run game early. As we see the offensive starters for Independence, Nathan Cisco at quarterback, like you said, and we'll get those in just a moment after this play.
We've got a false start, I believe, as the whistle blows the play dead before it even starts. And we'll march off Summit High School again as they jump off sides, moves the ball down to the 44-yard line and gives Independence a free 1st down. Cisco again with the give. I believe it was number 27, Tyrus Jackson. And again, for the 3rd play in a row, we've got a penalty flag down.
That's 3 to 4 runs in a row. We'll see here with this break, see if we can get the Independence offensive starters again. My mistake on that. Looks like Independence is going to be backing up. So with the Summit defensive starters, Braden Stem, Zach Klaus, Kiston Arnold in the defensive lineman's position, Kristen Jolly, Perud, Meeker, Myers in the linebacker position. In the secondary, we have Mavis Weldon, Samansky, and the rest of the committee of Spartans defense.
So about a 1st down and 29 now. The give again is to Jackson over on the right side, crosses the 45-yard line, shoved out of bounds by all those white uniforms, and a pickup of maybe 4 yards as Indy has to dig themselves out of a bit of a penalty hole here.
Strong dose of running again by Independence, but there are a lot of weapons on the outside that they have, and Nathan Cisco with a great arm, TJ Sheffield wide on the outside. We'll see if they try to put them in play on this 2nd down here.
2nd down 19 for Indy. High snap, and we've got to get on the ball there as Cisco is able to cover it up. Thought it was, and Summit comes out of there pointing their direction. And referee will validate that and say, yes, indeed, it's Summit's ball. So we've got a 1st turnover of the night as the Spartans will take over 1st and 10 from the Indy 44-yard line.
Michael, it looked like the Eagles were trying to get a little cute there with the misdirection. Got a man in motion there, wasn't able to hold on to it. Almost looks like Cisco got on top of the ball, but the committee of Spartans were able to overmatch that. And here we go inside the Eagles territory.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans at their own 44. The give is to number 23. That is George Odemegwu.
George Odemegwu on the carry.
Odemegwu, excuse me, 11th grader.
Yeah, Odemegwu is definitely is being looked to this year, taking over Ty Carter's position. Ty Carter is now off to Tennessee Tech. He was a two-way guy here at Summit. And he is now a boundary corner that Coach Coleman was saying that he's foregone the red shirt opportunity and he's gone off to the collegiate level, and now Odemegwu is going to be leading the backfield of the Summit offense.
So 2nd down 7. Odemegwu again on the carry, crosses the 40-yard line, finds a little daylight, finds a lot of daylight, and Odemegwu is gone. Second play from scrimmage from 40 yards out. Odemegwu. A 40-yard touchdown, and Summit takes the lead with 9:13 here to go in the first quarter.
Shades of LaShawn, excuse me, looking like shades of Le'Veon Bell, if you will, of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Stutter stepping in the backfield, getting his vision in line, and able to make a cut and outrun the Eagles secondary.
So Liam Aiken, 10th grader, on for the point after try. And Summit will take the early lead, 7-0 over these host Independence Eagles.
Now, Michael, that didn't take very long. 2 plays, quick score for the Summit offense. Didn't even have to get into the wing team motion. A lot of motion in the backfield. They were able to just run it right down the gut of Independence and get the quick score.
So Indy looking to get on the winning kick here. They took a thrashing last week to Oakland High School out of Murfreesboro, 46-7. Summit beat Spring Hill last week, 12-7. And Coach Brian Coleman, the Summit coach, in his 5th season at Summit, he went 10-3 last year, 6-0 in the district, and was 5-5A champs, or the 5-5A champs. Scott Blade coaching the Independence Eagles in his 6th season.
And you talk about that, the region champs at Summit last year. That was their first playoff win. Making it 2 years ago to the playoffs. First playoff win, and their goal was to host playoff, and they were able to host it all the way through the quarterfinals until Beach High School was able to overcome that run and knock them off. But great stepping stone for Coach Coleman and the Spartans over there at Summit.
So TJ Sheffield, he stands back at about the 10-yard line for Independence. He is, TJ is a senior this year. If I'm not, yes, he is. He's a senior this year. We remember watching TJ play a good deal last year. And he's set to receive the kickoff. Summit will again squib it short. And number 8, Jake Hunter, or Huner rather, he'll cover. And Indy will take over 1st and 10 from about their own 24-yard line.
Yeah, the Spartans special teams definitely knowing the strength and how dangerous TJ Sheffield is on both sides of the ball. Mainly known for his wide receiver work and returning. Definitely looking to keep it away from him. We'll see if the Eagles can have more of a positive outcome on their second offensive possession here.
So 9:13 here in the first quarter. Summit takes the early lead as Nathan Sisko, the quarterback for Indy, directs his troops again. Big hole up the gut for number 3. That is Colby Logan. And Logan is up close to a first down, about a yard short. Pickup of about 9 yards up to the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 1.
Indy looking to go fast here, Michael.
Again, the give up the middle, runs into a pile of people, but able to surge forward about to the 35-yard line is Logan, I believe.
It's going to be close there. And Christian Jolly leading the committee of tacklers for Summit, but not good enough. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
So Logan able to move the chains for this Eagles squad up to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Still yet to see a pass.
I believe you're going to have your first one right here as Logan goes deep, finds his man, That is TJ Sheffield. Just talked about him a second ago as he was set to return the kickoff there. Not kicking to him though, but they will throw to him as Sheffield makes it down to the Summit 40-yard line. A big gain for the Eagles, 1st and 10 as they move into Summit territory. Again, the give is to number 27. That is Tyrus Jackson. Haven't called his name tonight. Called it a lot last year. As Jackson able to barrel his way for about three yards up to, say, the full 37-yard line of Summit.
Going back to TJ Sheffield, Michael, you know, I like what Independence is doing, getting established a run game to open up on the outside through the air. And TJ is definitely something for the other opposing teams to look after. And as we saw on that last pass, able to go up and get it, hold on to it. Great pass and catch from Cisco to Sheffield.
So back to live action again. Sheffield in motion. He gets the give to the right side, looking for some room. He's got a little bit down that right side, and he'll step out of bounds as he crosses the 20-yard line to about the 19. We'll call it right at the 20-yard line, as that's where the referees are standing. Pickup of about 17 yards on the play.
Good blocking up front on that little read wheel run by Sheffield. Number 20 for the Eagles, Jack Phillips, leading the blocking crew, able to get the first down for the Eagles.
So these referees blowing things up kind of early. I think we've got some equipment issues out there. What with mouthpieces, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but that's the second time in a row they've whistled it up. Nevertheless, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of Summit. And here comes Independence again. Sheffield again on the run. So he's got the left side. That's not Sheffield. That is Isaiah Collier. And he is pushed out of bounds at about the 6-yard line.
You know, Coach Blade over on the Eagles sideline was talking earlier today about Isaiah Collier. Another senior, another threat that they have on offense on the outside. They know that TJ Sheffield's going to be in they're going to have a lot of eyes on him and have Collier on one-on-one coverage. This was for a run, but just shows that they're going to need a lot more eyes on more people if you are the Spartans defense.
So Indy called for the false start. Back them back up to the 25-yard line. Call it 1st down and 15 from the 25. Sheffield again in motion. There's the give up the gut to number 20. That's Jack Phillips. He's the 11th grader. And Phillips able to burst forward to about the 24, call it the 23-yard line.
First glimpse we got to see Sheffield in the backfield, using him in a lot of different ways. And so far, a solid second possession for the Eagles, moving down the field. Spartans better get off the field, and they do.
2nd down and 11. Here's Cisco back to throw. That pass is batted down. Brings up 3rd down and 11. Indy had a phenomenal receiver last year by the young man by the name of Kendrell Scurry. Kendrell made the move up to Maplewood High School this year, heavily recruited.
And it looks like Sheffield and Collier are feeling the toll for that. And a lot of expectations for this Eagles offense.
So 3rd down and 11, trips to the right of Nathan Cisco, trying to get that hard count, draw those Spartans off sides, and now Indy will have to take timeout.
Going back to that last passing play there, Michael, Nathan Stem able to get a paw up and knock that ball down to bring up this 3rd and long the Eagles are facing here.
Take a moment to talk to you about our crew. We've got Jack Johnson and Michael Hutchison on the cameras. My young 7th grader, now a senior at Franklin High School, Sam Colvett, on the camera. Our boss is Lance West. He's the man that signs our checks. My name's Michael Williams, alongside the Independence alumni, Parker Hazard. Already a daddy and a daddy again to be in October. Is that right?
That is correct, and I appreciate it. And hopefully one day to see one, if not both of those youngsters out here on this field. That'd be great. You know, either one of these schools, honestly, with how the zoning is nowadays. But both coaches on both sides, you know, definitely coaches that I would love to play for if I played football, and who I would definitely have my kids play for as well.
Big compliment right there. 3rd down and 11, 6:42 to go in the first. Cisco outside to number 3, that's Kobe Logan. And Logan knocked out of bounds right before the pylon at the 1-yard line. So they drew that up nicely out of the timeout.
Looks like Jalen Harud, hopefully I am pronouncing that correctly, number 11 for the Spartans, able to stop number 3, Logan, from getting into the end zone. 1st and goal here.
So they stack it up in the big pig pile there, 1st and goal. And Sheffield, he'll get the call and dive over the goal line, and he's got the score.
Little wildcat action for the Eagles. Sheffield in for 6.
So there's your man right there, TJ Sheffield. You see him running off the field, and he's able to give Independent 6 points here, looking to tie the game here in the first quarter. As number 25, that's Weston Landry, is on for the point after try.
Definitely a new look for the Eagles there with the wildcat offense formation, and proved to work for them.
So Landry's kick is straight and true, and we've got a new score. So this border battle is now an official battle, as we've got a 7-7 tie here on the field of Independence High School. Independence and Summit. Here's your replay.
Using some springs and getting over that line very well with Sheffield. Good chopping up front by the offensive line of the Eagles, enabling Sheffield to reach the goal line. You know, as you said earlier, Michael, Independence having a tough loss against Oakland, who is one of the front runners in 6A football this year out of the state. One of the favorites to reach Tennessee Tech's football field in Cookeville for the state championship. And both coaches still searching for the identity to their two clubs.
My understanding, Oakland not just one of the best teams in Tennessee, but one of the best teams in the country.
I believe, yeah, you're right. I believe they're top 20 in the country and top 5 in the state in preseason polls. You know, tough start to the season if you're the Eagles. You know, hard test, but as Coach Blade said, you know, this is where we search for identity and see the tenacity of our team and move forward.
So here's Landry with the kickoff. Nothing doing bringing that one back.
Oh,
as Rogers and I believe that was Trey Hunter back to receive. They had no chance of returning that. This game not a region battle, as Independence is a 6A squad and Summit a 5A squad, but it doesn't really matter to either one of these fan bases who've been here well over an hour before the game started.
You know, it's pretty great that, you know, these two teams, even though on different teams, different schools, these guys grew up together. These guys grew up together and are longtime buddies, and they get to play together on this stage, Friday Night Lights, and it's great to watch.
So I believe that was Jalen Harud on the carry. Christian Jolly, excuse me, as my eagle-eyed partner up here, Parker Hazard, will correct me, probably not the only time for the night.
He was able to get to the right side, good blocking up front, and able to elude a few tackles and trying to jump over a pile before he was stopped after a positive gain there on first down.
So 2nd down and 4 for Summit. They give outside to number 5, that's Navis Weldon. Weldon to the left side, and he's run out of bounds after he crosses the 40-yard or the 30-yard line, and looks to have enough for the first down. And they'll go ahead and move the chains.
Another little look here for the defensive starters for Independence. We have Runyon, Cops, Fox, French, Pickering, Jackson, Phillips, Backer, Williams, Logan, and Jake Hunter rounding off the secondary for the Eagles.
So 1st and 10 for Summit from about the 31-yard line. That give again to Odemegwu.
And Phillips on the tackle for the Eagles.
Crosses the 35-yard line, or gets to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 4.
And Independence
Bring up
has to
second
know,
down and 6.
Independence has to know that they're going to see a heavy dose of this run look from the Spartans with different types of formations. They have around 4 or 5 different guys that they're going to be cycling through the backfield, most being defensive starters as well, trying to keep everybody fresh, with Odemegwu only being the true offensive starter.
So Odemegwu again, right up the guts, got some green, but meets the big linebacker. That's number 3 for Independence, Colby Logan again.
Great open field tackle.
And if Logan's not standing there to close the door, Odemegwu's got a open lane all the way to the end zone.
This is a guy, Odemegwu, you know, young kid, a lot of weight on his shoulders trying to pick up from Ty Carter like we spoke of earlier. Downhill back, downhill runner. Great vision as we saw on that touchdown run on their first possession. We'll see what he can do and what this Summit offense can do here against a strong front 7 from the Eagles.
So 1st down and 10. This give is to Jonathan Myers, and he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Myers on the carry for the Spartans.
Maybe gain of a yard. I think that's what they'll give him with the spot, is up to the 44-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
A little bit of adjustments were made on that play, it looks like, for the Eagles.
For the Eagles, brings up 2nd down.
A little bit of a slower pace as well from the Spartans compared to the Eagles offense. Getting the plays from the sidelines after each play, getting everything set in stone. Good to go here.
So 2nd down and 9 for Independence. Odemegwu again on that right side, and Indy closes the door on him as he's shoved out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. So maybe a gain of 1 on the
stop for the Eagles.
Looked to be good blocking on the outside. Jonathan Myers there leading the squad of the bunch for the blockers for Summit, number 15. And the wide receivers on the outside had their corners locked up. Great pursuit by the safeties, able to alleviate any extra yards on the outside, bringing up 3rd and long.
So 3rd down and long for the Spartans, 3rd down and 8 to be exact, from their own 45-yard line. They've got to get it off here, and they're going to be called for a delay of game as the play clock had hit 0. So back those guys up 5 yards. Make it 3rd down and 13.
Coach Coleman over there on the Summit sideline, not very happy about that. I don't know if he wasn't able to get a timeout called, get the attention of the officials or what, but miscommunication is causing that extra 5 yards.
It's a great game. Hang around.
As they're still bringing personnel in and out, are the Spartans.
So here we go, 3rd down and 12, 3:09 to go here in the 1st quarter. Ball game is tied 7-7.
First pass.
Back to pass is Kelly, and that will fall short.
Pass from Kelly goes incomplete, brings up.
Might have been a little miscommunication from wide receiver to quarterback. Looks like Kelly was looking for a little slant and go from his receiver. Was not able to connect with them. Best case scenario, ball hit the ground, and they're able to punt the ball away.
So TJ Sheffield, who has a touchdown already for the game, he's back at about his own 24-yard line, 25-yard line, as Independence forces the punt. And this looks to be returned. And Sheffield drops the ball and finally wrestled down before he's able to cross the 40-yard line, as Summit able to cover the kick pretty well right there.
Yeah, great job by the Gunners from from Summit, able to close in on Sheffield. Sheffield almost looked like he was running without the ball a little eagerly, but able to stay with it. A little gutsy call, not calling the fair catch, going against the coverage from Summit. Christian Jolly able to close in and get a little bit of a negative yardage on that return.
So 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Here are the Independence Eagles. A little pump fake and go. Sheffield again has the ball, got a little daylight, and able to cross midfield up to the Summit 47-yard line, 48-yard line. And a big pickup on 1st down for Independence. And now the Eagles, Parker Hazard, seem to be rolling offensively after a slow start.
Looks like their offensive line is actually tuned into the game now. Gave quarterback a lot of time in the pocket, able to let that route develop from Sheffield. Great gain on 1st down.
So Cisco again, the give is to number 27. That is Tyrus Jackson again. He's able to wrestle his way up to about the 45. Pickup of, say, 3 yards on the play.
And this fast-paced offense with the Eagles is definitely going to test the endurance and scheming with Coach Coleman and the defensive side of the coaches for the Spartans. You know, definitely a smaller bunch on their varsity group. See if they can hang in there.
So 2nd and 6. Here's Cisco back to pass. He's got his man once more, and they've got to put somebody or somebody's plural on TJ Sheffield, because he is carving this Summit defense apart. Again, with a huge gain on 1st down. He's down to the 21-yard line of Summit.
As we see on that replay there, Michael, quarterback, Cisco, had his eyes on Sheffield the entire time. He was able to carve inside that zone. Wide open, able to catch it with no trouble at all.
Again, the give inside to Jack Phillips, and this time Summit is waiting for him. Couldn't tell who made the tackle, but closed the door in a hurry for a loss of a yard, looks like.
More or less a committee of those front 6 defenders of the Spartans, which they are not lacking there. This secondary of Summit's definitely going to have to. Looks like they're playing more of a press here
Cisco
on this play.
Again over to Sheffield. Sheffield's got a little daylight. He's got a lot of daylight, and TJ Sheffield into the left side of the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Just as I was about to say, it looks like the defensive Summit was going in for a press coverage. It was almost like Coach Blade and the offense of the Eagles were reading our minds, able to have a little bit of a hitch screen. And a great cut upfield by Sheffield, able to get his 2nd score of the game, and another 6 points for the Eagles.
Weston Landry on now to try the point after and give this Independence crew a 14-7 lead. And he's able to do just that as he knocks it through straight and true. There you see the new score. And Parker, take us through the replay here.
Well, we see just a straight little screen pass on the hitch on the outside. Sheffield able to make that cut, make Szymanski, number 4, miss. It's the first tackle in there. I didn't even see it on the live action. On that replay, it looks like he was bobbling it over the goal line. It's a great thing that he stayed in bounds, or else that could have turned tragic for the Eagles. But
Isaiah Collier, the wide receiver and defensive back there, number 6, with a great block, able to spring Sheffield into the end zone. And Indy now with a 14-7 lead as we are under a minute to play here in the 1st quarter.
And that name you just said, Isaiah Collier. You know, if I'm scheming on the defensive side of Summit, I'm definitely going to be looking towards more eyes on Sheffield. Like we mentioned earlier, Collier's going to be the guy that's going to have a lot of one-on-one coverage. His athleticism and his way to get open, judging by Cisco's arm so far, is not going to be very hard for him to get to him. Summit's got a little less than a minute here in the 1st half to get something going on their 3rd possession. See what they can do here.
So again, Weston Landry set to kick it away for Independence with their new 14-7 lead. Landry, kind of a line driver. This can be returned. For number 10, that is Hunter Rogers. And Rogers around the left side. Nice return. He'll cross the 30-yard line where Summit will take over 1st and 10.
Great retreat by, if you will, not necessarily the right term to use on an offensive special teams look on kickoff, but good retreat by those blockers and following the eyes of Rogers to the outside and getting a positive return. Decent field position here starting for the Spartans.
Well, we said it was decent field position, but apparently the Summit Spartans picked up a penalty or got a block in the back, and that will back them up to their own 20 as we look at 55 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
That's a great segue into what Coach Coleman was saying earlier today. You know, definitely trying to get an identity on their offensive line, the leaders there, but penalties, shooting themselves in the foot. Last year, looking into this year, into the Spring Hill game, and so far, I believe, if I'm counting correct, that is their 4th penalty so far this game.
So Odemegwu able to take it up to the 20-yard line. I believe no gain on the play. I think Destin Wade, if I'm counting that correctly, the 9th grader, is in at quarterback now for Summit.
I believe you're correct. Going to have a little bit of, dual threat under center for the Spartans. 2 young guys, like you said, Wade being a freshman and Kelly a sophomore, trying to get different looks, different feels for this offense.
So Wade, he'll take off and run with it. He's got a little daylight, finds some green there, and finally knocked down about the 25 as Indy made him dance a little bit. Finally able to take him down at that 25-yard line and pick up a 5 yards, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, the host, Independence, with a 14-7 lead over the visiting Summit Spartans in this border battle. Michael Williams alongside Parker Hazard. Glad to have you with us for this WCTV game of the week. Parker got his homework done. Tell us about that first quarter. What'd you think, young Parker?
Well, offensive line of Summit, like we mentioned earlier, and Coach Coleman needing to find an identity. And as you see on this replay, no fear by the freshman Wade, able to cut and cross and use his vision, not afraid to take a hit, getting a positive gain after what looked to be a design quarterback run that the Eagles stopped off the left side, and he was able to do some improvisation and go around the right corner. But, you know, looking back on this first quarter, great mix of run and pass by the Eagles. Defensive side of the Spartans are going to have to find some adjustment in the secondary and up front, maybe getting more pressure in the middle and cutting down the corners on the outside as you're with your linebackers and playing a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage with their secondary. And as far as offensively for the Spartans, like we said earlier again, one-dimensional run-style offense. Don't throw the ball very many times, but they have a lot of different players running back by committee, if you will, to hopefully try to get the Eagles off-centered.
So 3rd down and 5. Here's Wade again, the freshman, rolling out to his left, in trouble, and finds a little bit of daylight. Wrestled down by, I believe that was number 30. That was, let me look at my roster here.
Phillips with the tackle. Wade on the carry. First down.
Looks like that was Phillips.
So Phillips on the carry, or on the tackle rather, as Destin Wade, the freshman, able to get up to the 30-yard line.
Was able to roll out and not see anything down the field, use his legs, kind of, you know, do his own thing and get the first down, chains moving for the Spartans.
So Wade able to pick up the first for Summit up to the 30-yard line. Just underway here in the second quarter. Wade again under center, and I believe we're going to have a false start. So nope, it'll be a timeout for Summit. So I thought they had a false start, but they didn't. They obviously didn't see something or saw something they didn't like.
Well, judging by the body language of Coach Coleman down there on the sidelines, he was not pleased with the lineup that they had, or the way they were lined up. versus the defensive formation of the Eagles. You needed to talk about it.
So again, our coaches tonight, Scott Blade in his 6th season with Indy, and Brian Coleman in his 5th season with Summit. Again, these Spartans able to kind of hand it to Indy last year, 31-17, for their first ever victory over their South County rival. So Indy with a packed house tonight, all the students wearing black. They've been fired up since about 6 o'clock, about an hour before kickoff.
Great atmosphere, great atmosphere. Kind of makes me want to go back 6 or 7 years, coming back and watch another one of these games.
So here we are, first down and 10 from the Summit 30-yard line. Wade again, the inside give, a little sizzle give to Danny Jackson, is the ultimate receiver of the ball. Jackson, a 12th grader, and he makes it up to the, well, we'll actually lose a yard or two.
69, Will Manis of the Eagles defense was having none to do with that misdirection in the backfield. Kind of surprised me up here. Good looking play. Defensive front of the Eagles was having none of it.
So it brings up 2nd down and 12 for Summit. Destin Wade again directing his troops up the middle. Goes Odemegwu, and he is close to the first down as he is tackled short of the 40-yard line.
It's a gaping hole up front that the offensive line of Summit was able to give Odemegwu. And he took full advantage of it, getting those 10 yards back, bringing it to a 3rd and short.
So Odemegwu able to scoot just shy of the 40-yard line to about the 39. 3rd down and 2 for Summit. Indy leading this game 14-7 on 2 TJ Sheffield touchdowns. So we've got that tight, short yardage formation now for Summit. And the give is inside to the big man. I can't see who that was exactly. It was Christian Jolly, number 31. And he's able to fall across that line of scrimmage, crossing the 40-yard line to the 42, picks up the first down for Summit.
He's another one of those, Jolly is one of those dual threat guys, or two-way players, starting linebacker and one of those running back by committee guys that Coach Coleman has in the backfield for them, kind of giving Odemegwu a little bit of a break and a different look for the defense, trying to keep him guessing.
So 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line of Summit. The Spartans now on a little bit of a roll. Wade again in the backfield, rolling to his right, looking, finding nobody, and Indy is there to take Wade down. Loss of maybe 2 yards on the sack.
Looks like that was our boy 27, Tyrus Jackson, getting his name called. I think he heard you. You hadn't said his name very much earlier. Now he wants you to say it. Great job closing in on that play defensively. Wade not being able to find anybody, trying to use his legs, and had nowhere to go.
So a sack takes it back to 2nd down and 15. And that wing tee, that old-fashioned high school formation, and up the gut, I believe that was Odemegwu, and they were waiting for him again, was Indy. And he's knocked back to the 36-yard line. Zach Smith with a huge stop for Indy.
So far on this drive, only one play by Odemegwu was able to go north and south. Not a lot of movement this drive in the backfield for the Spartans. Getting their backs to the wall, 3rd and long. Passing game's not there. See if they can come up with something to catch the Eagles defense off guard.
So 3rd down and 15, a long way to go. Summit has to cross midfield to get to the first down. Wade rolling to his right, and he'll let it fly, and that one is caught by number 3. That is John Casey. And Casey will have enough for the first down.
Great throw on the run by Wade there. We see a young man. Good job finding room as we see Jolly going in motion. He goes to the right, keeps his eyes downfield, and was able to see Casey in that single coverage, getting on the inside of that cornerback Great throw and catch, right on the numbers, able to move the chains. Definitely something positive for the Spartan offense to see.
We tick under 8 minutes here in the second. 1st and 10 Summit. Odomegwu again finds a little daylight on that right side, crosses the 45-yard line up to about the 44, a pickup of, say, 4 yards on the play.
Jack Phillips in there for another tackle for the Eagles on defense. Able to close in. Decent run, good blocking up front by the offensive line of the Spartans. So we see some personnel changes.
So 2nd down and 6, just across the 45-yard line is Summit. That give inside, nearly a disaster. As I believe that is number 6, Trey Hunter. My old eyes don't deceive me.
Cooper Hagan on the stop for the Eagles.
And that is indeed he, number 6, Trey Hunter.
Looks like we got some laundry on the field there around the 45-yard line.
So penalty flag, shot block for Independence. And that's a big penalty.
Against the Eagles.
That is a big no-no for Independence and gives Summit the ball at about the Indy 35-yard line.
You know, with all the rule changes, you know, college and especially pros, doesn't make a lot of sense for it to be blocked below the waist. Being on the defensive side, just maybe looks like that the offensive player for the Spartans was occupied at the top and another defensive player going down to the bottom.
At the 29-yard line, and Indy sniffs that one out. As Jonathan Myers for Summit is backed up. Couldn't see who made the tackle on that one. Now it's back to across the 35-yard line. Big loss right there, as you see.
Looks like it was big number 71, Carter Runyon, along with number 20 over there, the Jack Phillips, linebacker, running back duo threat.
Back Summit up, 2nd down, 16. Here's Odomegwu again off the right side. And he'll get a little bit of that back. Not quite back to the original line of scrimmage.
Looks like every time Summit looks to go on the outside, Odomegwu has a lot of room once he reaches that line of scrimmage. All of a sudden, that secondary, their pursuit coming to the ball is very quick. Good communication on defense. That offensive line, Summit's getting their share of workload in, and they have to find something out to get this extra yards here, 3rd and long.
So big chop block penalty cost Independence, but they've tightened up defensively now. 3rd down and 13, 5:30 to go here in the first half. Again, the give to Odomegwu, looking for something, crosses the original line of scrimmage. It gets back to about the 27-yard line.
Be interesting to see what Coach Coleman decides to do on 4th down. Don't know much about their kicker, but looks like he's staying on the sidelines.
So the down is 4th. The distance is 8 yards to go. We are under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. And Summit will roll the bones on 4th down and 8. Here is Dustin Wade. Again, the pitch to Odomegwu.
Oh, wow.
He will throw to a wide open John Casey, and Casey will take it into the end zone for the score.
Wow, what a play call by the Spartans. I was not seeing that coming. I saw John Casey with that single coverage on the outside. Odomegwu turning heads, tricking everyone. Great play call. I don't think anybody in this house was expecting that, and definitely the safeties for Independence were not.
So on to try the point after and tie this one up is Liam Aiken. And he is straight and true. And we've got a new score as a little razzle-dazzle from the Summit Spartans ties this game up at 14.
Michael, I cannot wait to see this replay as we here we are. with the toss to the left. The blocks leading by Christian Jolly. Everybody, front seven, linebackers, safeties of the Independence, all bid on it. And Casey, number 3 for the Spartans, sticking with his route. Eye on the ball. Great throw by Odumegwu, by the way, catching his receiver in stride. And Casey had nothing but end zone in his future after that catch. Great play call, great play by the Spartans.
So John Casey, the 11th grader, with his first touchdown reception of the night, ties the score at 14-14 in this what has become a definite border battle.
You know, on paper with that, like we said, the one-dimensional offensive Summit against this widespread attack of the Eagles. Didn't know how this game was going to fare off. You know, 6A, 5A really doesn't matter. You know, as we saw last week with Page and Fairview, Fairview staying in there with the 5A team being 3A. But rivalry speaks volumes, no matter who you are, no matter where you're playing. And so far, so good on this first half here at Independence High School. And I am anxious to see what happens next.
So Aiken set again to kick it away. They've stayed short of TJ Sheffield, number 2 for Independence, and they'll do it again as they squib it. And can't tell number 6, that is Isaiah Collier. And he'll find a little daylight, loses his helmet.
Wow.
And I'm almost thinking that it looked from up here that somebody yanked a face mask.
100% face mask call that was missed there.
I don't know.
Oh, just kidding.
Do we have a flag now?
I believe I heard our PA announcers.
Well, I think he said no flags on the play. And I think he probably saw what we did. If you'll take a look at that replay play, see if you can see a face mask here.
Good stiff arm there by Collier, and yes, absolutely. It looks like number 10 there for Summit.
Sure
Hunter
did.
Rogers, kind of, you know, definitely incidental, but nowadays is going to be a 15-yard penalty.
He unsnapped that chin strap right there. Great job, Lance West and fellas behind the cameras. So 1st and 10 for Indy from their own 30-yard line.
And I'm sorry, I just want to point out, you know, from that last replay, I was able to see Collier, after getting yanked, actually threw his own helmet off. Maybe blurring his vision there was the helmet, and he got rid of it. Just a great tenacity type play by the young man, and I don't know, I like seeing it. True grit.
Kind of a dangerous play when you lose your hat in all that traffic right there. Is Colby Logan on the carry for Independence. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. 2nd down and 9. Cisco back to pass. See ya! That is Colby Logan. No, it isn't. It is number 5, Jackson Wiggins. And Wiggins takes it 69 yards for the score. That is Isaiah Collier. Sorry about that.
I was going to say, I don't know, it looked like a 5 to me too, but nonetheless, great job by Sheffield selling his route on the right side, calling for the ball. The free safety at the top kind of bit for it, and Collier was wide open on that post up the middle and had green grass all the way ahead of him to score.
So Weston Landry, and that one barely ekes through. And it's good. We've got a new score, 21-7. Isaiah Collier, a 69-yard touchdown strike from Nathan Cisco. And you see the Indy crowd catching fire here as they take a touchdown lead. See it again.
As we mentioned earlier, Michael, with all eyes on number 2, TJ Sheffield, Collier was able to sneak past that linebacking core, get into the secondary, and use his speed, being able to beat out Summit's defense into the score. Fairly easy pass and catch for the touchdown, only on 2 plays for the Eagles. Once again, they're able to answer the bell that Summit posted up on that last 7 points, and we continue to have ourselves a ball game.
So Isaiah Collier, they've got him listed at all 5'6", 145 pounds of him.
And you know, that might actually be generous too.
But Isaiah able to turn on the jets and scoop for the end zone and give Independence another touchdown as they take a 1-touchdown advantage over Summit with 3:38 here to go in the first half. And set to kick it away for Indy. That one will fly into the end zone.
And I'll tell you what, Weston Landry showing off his boot. That's 2 touchbacks in a row. Great kickoff defense, if you will, not letting Summit to return anything.
There you see the Independence crowd. It's a blackout tonight as everybody in their black t-shirts. A revenge game set for Independence. They lost this game last year, 31-17. And there you, once again, you see the replay. Is Collier on the passing catch.
Another great throw by Cisco. His arm's been on display all night so far, and another great display of blocking up front by the Eagles offensive line.
So Odomegwu on the carry for Summit on 1st and 10, picks up a couple of yards up close to the 25-yard line, bring up 2nd down and 8.
Second down and 8 for the Spartans.
Looks like this is Destin Wade's 3rd possession. I was interested to see who Coach Coleman would decide to bring out under center on this 5th possession. And it is the freshman Wade.
So Wade again directing his squad up to the 22-yard line. Back to pass, rolling to his left, in trouble, and he's going to have to tuck it and go.
Wow.
And Wade up close to the 40-yard line loses the football, and some of the Indy players pointing their direction.
I want to say he was able to fall back on top of it.
But I think he was able to
Wade on the carry.
recover his own fumble was Wade. Crosses the 40-yard line up to the 42-yard line, brings up 1st down and 10 for Summit.
Natural rollout to the left, call by the quarterback, looking to pass, and he was able to elude tacklers. And as we see right here, Odomegwu with a huge block, opening up a lane for Wade to get some yardage. Just one more time, just beautiful, clean block by Odomegwu, bringing up 1st down.
So that give to number 5, that's Weldon again. Weldon, he's got a little daylight in front of him and spun out of bounds, and we've got a flag on the play. I think we've got a hold on Summit, so that'll likely negate what was a nice gain on 1st down.
You know, that's tough. That's tough to see if you're the Spartans, because that hold was 10 yards wide. That Weldon was able to go through, and just like Coach Coleman has said before, said many a times last year and again this year, shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. Just losing momentum, and going to have to see some leaders on that offense of the Summit Spartans.
There you saw number 76, Trooper Hagan, the 12th grader. He lumbered off the field. He goes spelt 280. Glad I don't have to pay that family's grocery bill. So 1st down and 22 for Summit.
Ooh.
And Odom, I believe that is that Jordan West, number 35? Can't tell from up here. Help me out there, Eagle Eye.
I believe so.
On the tackle for the Eagles.
It was definitely a double give. Kind of, you know, the misdirection give there kind of had me going to different places with my eyes, but I believe it was West there on the carry, the senior for the Spartans.
So a long way to go for Summit. 2nd down, they've got it listed 2nd down and 35. 1:35 to go here in the half. Wade out to pass. He's got his man just out of the reach of his tight end. I believe that was number 34, Max Meeker.
My apologies on that last play. That actually was 36, Danny Jackson, on that misdirection give prior to the incomplete pass from Wade. Not a bad idea, though. He had his man wide open. Just a little too much muscle on that pass. Good effort, though, by 34, Meeker there.
So Summit would love to tie this game before heading into the locker room. They've got a long way to go in a short time to get there. 3rd down and 20.
Independent's got to get a guy off the field.
At their own 35-yard line. Here's Wade again. That give again to Odumegwu. He's got a little daylight. And will make it back up to the original line of scrimmage. Looked like he had plenty of running room. And that Independence defense closed the door in a hurry.
Yeah,
as
great.
Odumegwu able to come up to about the 44-yard line as we take a timeout.
It's a great cut there at the line of scrimmage. Kind of boosting himself was Odumegwu up to the linebacking core. But Jake Huner there on defense for the Eagles able to stop him. Great tackle and kind of decision-making time if you're the Spartans. In your own territory, went for it on 4th down their last possession.
Well, we sure couldn't have asked for a better night to be here. Probably about low 70s right now here at Independence. Couldn't have asked for a better gift for an August football game.
Absolutely, humidity is down compared to last week. No tent up here. We're staying dry, and Friday night here in Southern Tennessee couldn't ask for anything better.
So 4th down and 9. Summit set to kick it away. Again, I believe that's Sheffield back deep. Bobbled snap and a nice kick to Sheffield, and he will go ahead and return it. Finds a little bit of room, still on his feet, loses the ball, and Sheffield fortunate to get that one back as he looked to turn back upfield after making a few people miss and saw plenty of daylight. I think he got pretty excited there and lost the football as you take a look at the replay on the kick.
A gutsy call by Sheffield, not calling for the fair catch, and got lucky being able to get back on the ball. Braden Stem there had good coverage, kind of slowed up before he got to Sheffield. Trying to elude some penalties, which I understand, but nonetheless, doesn't look like he was able to get past where he caught the ball.
So Indy not looking to kill it right here. 1:01 to go in the half. Cisco again, looking for his man, in trouble, and he will be wrestled down by number 34 for Independence, or for Summit. That is Max Meeker.
I was going to say, you honestly think that Coach Blade over there on the Independent sideline is going to clock it right now? They want to go up 2 scores, but that Summit defense said no. Meeker in there able to close in on Cisco. Big loss on 1st down.
So 2nd down, 15 from the Indy 18-yard line. That give inside. Number 27, that's Tyrus Jackson. And he's up close to the 1st down, up to the 35-yard line. And Jackson clutching that leg there. And I wonder if we have another cramp situation like we saw last week. I think that's exactly what it is.
Well, we hope so. That best case scenario, that's what it is. But the big man there, number 27, Jackson, 6', 211, and all of it, able to run downfield. Showed a little bit of speed once he broke through that hole, and definitely somebody that Independence does not want to see on the sideline too long. Having that heavy threat, so he's able to walk on his own power. Hopefully, we see him in the second half on the field for the Eagles.
So these August games, you see these calf cramps quite a bit here in our part of the world. A lot of humidity and a lot of dehydration going on. And a lot of still working your way into game shape this time of year.
Pickle juice.
Pickle juice.
That is the key. And if I know Miss Brandy Mangrum down there, the Independence trainer, I'm sure she has a few jars down there for the guys to quench a little bit of thirst and cramps.
So there you see number 2. There's TJ Sheffield. He's carried quite the load tonight for Independence. 17 seconds to go. Cisco again in trouble. Finds a little bit of daylight, wants to get out of bounds and stop that clock, and he does right at the 45-yard line with 9 seconds to go. Picks up the 1st down, however.
Sheffield showing
First down, baby.
all sorts of his ability and athleticism on the outside. Good blocking, getting Cisco across the first down marker out of bounds, stopping the clock. Maybe try to get one, maybe two more plays in before zeros hit.
Cisco again. Back to pass over the middle. That one is caught and leveled is Collier.
Collier on the catch.
Looks like Odumegwu.
Odumegwu out there from his safety position. He laid the hammer on Collier. Said, I've seen you once with one long touchdown tonight. I'm not going to watch you again. So just under 4 seconds to play. There you see the big hammer that Odumegwu laid on Collier. But a nice gain on first down for Independence, as this will likely be the last play of the half.
As you see on that replay, Summit was definitely playing a little bit of a prevent, not quarters, not going too deep, but wanting to keep the receivers from Independence in front of them. And you know, nothing against Cisco. Great throw and catch. You know, great in stride. Kind of left Collier out to dry a little bit. And Odumegwu from his secondary position, something new that I don't remember seeing last year. Clean hit, able to stop him, you know, around the 43-yard line. Long yards to get to pay dirt, and I'm sure that that's what their goal is with just under 4 seconds. And just a great all-around game on both sides, offensively and defensively so far. And anxious to see what Coach Blade comes up with on this play.
So here we go, 3.9 seconds to go in the half. First down and 10 from the Summit 47-yard line. The 43-yard line. Cisco again, looking for it all, not going to have a chance as he's sacked back at the 45-yard line, and that will end the quarter.
Got a Spartan down.
And we've got a injured player on the field, so
At the end of the half, folks, we have an injured Spartan down on the field.
that is number 2, Arnold.
Yeah, it looks like Kristen Arnold led that rush up front, made the first contact on Cisco with Jolly and the rest of the crew going in to close in for the sack with Braden Stem, and not sure what was tweaked by Arnold there. You hate to see that with a great push up front to shut down that last play of the half. Got knees on the field here. Hope everything's okay.
Well, it looks like he's helped up now. So double zeros on the clock right now. We've got a halftime coming up. Independence, Summit, the border battle, Indy on top 21-14. You're watching the WCTV Game of the Week. We're back for second half action right after this.
Right here at Independence High School. Thanks again for coming out tonight.
Hi everybody, welcome to Per Palace at Williamson County Animal Center. This week we'd like to feature a very special bonded pair. Here to my left is Marin, who is 4 years of age, and this is Axel. Axel is 6 years old. These guys are so super sweet. You will find them hanging out together most of the time in our room. Marin is a little bit more outgoing. Axel is much more of a lap cat. You'll find them in our quieter section of a room. They tend to like to hang out in the cat beds. Kids love to read to them. Right now their adoption fee is waived because they are over 1 year of age. That's our special during kitten season. And they would be best in a home that's a little quieter, maybe not one with real little kids, but if you have maybe older kids, or maybe you have a home, you're an empty nester and just need a companion, these guys would be your best friend. So come on down and visit them here at Williamson County Animal Center. Hey everybody, this week's featured dog is Rubble. Rubble is 7.5 years old. He is a lab mix, and this fella came to us as a stray, and unfortunately we weren't able to find his owners. So It's really important to remind you guys, if you don't have a microchip for your pet, please get a microchip and keep the registration up to date. Anyway, Rubble is absolutely super sweet. He knows how to sit, knows how to lay down. He's very treat motivated. He is a wonderful chill of a dog. He loves just to lay down and likes to hang out. So if you'd like a dog that is super friendly, come on down and visit him. His adoption fee right now is only $25 because he's over 1 year of age.
Back at the border battle between these Independence Eagles and the Summit Spartans, as we are set to kick it away for second half action. Independence leads Summit 21-14. Summit will receive the ball here to start the third quarter. Michael Williams alongside Parker Hazard, as we are in week 2 of this high school football season. And we are underway here for the second half. That one will fly into the end zone. And Summit will take over 1st and 10. Weston Landry again knocking it all the way through the end zone for the touchback.
3 for 3 on those touchbacks. Great leg by Landry, the senior for the Eagles.
So Summit got things started early with their first score. I believe it was Odomegwu, who scored from about 20 yards out, and then Indy able to answer with 2 scores, and then Summit comes back to tie the game with 14-14. And Indy were able to go on top again late in the third quarter on a Collier, I think that was about a 60-yard run. We'll call it about that. And you see Dustin Wade there, the 9th grader for Summit, takes it around the right side for a pickup of about 2 yards. And again, number 27, that is Tyrus Jackson. He was laid up in the first half and looks like he's cramping up again here to start the third quarter. So Parker Hazard, the homework man, what did you see in the first half?
Well, in the first half, I was pleasantly surprised by the answering to the bell that Summit did with that fast-paced offense from the Eagles, and great defense too, being able to stop different looks that the Eagles were giving them. And you know, if you take back some of those self-inflicted penalties that Summit had, you know, this score could either be tied or it could be on the other end. You know, Summit on top. But you know, nonetheless, we have a great start to this football game. And, you know, the freshman Wade staying in the game, as you mentioned, and, you know, showing off his arm, showing off his improvisation with his legs, and with the mix of that running game with that wishbone offense that Summit's running. See if they can capitalize on their first drive.
So again, Odomegwu up the left side, nice cut, and he's got a first down as he crosses the 30-yard line up to about the 33-yard line. Call it a pickup of 11 yards. As you were watching, I believe that was Tyrus Jackson, who was helped off the field a little while ago, number 27, big running back for Independence. And apparently coming off the field with those oh so painful calf cramps.
You know, can't speak enough of you know, judging from that last play, Odomegwu's downhill running effect that he has. You know, being a junior this year, stepping in the shoes of that one Ty Carter, as we spoke of earlier, who has gone to play Division I football at Tennessee Tech. Answering the bell is Odomegwu, kind of leading this offense behind quarterback Wade, getting him a fresh set of downs.
So quickly to the line is Wade again. That give to number 31 is Christian Jolly. He's got some room down the left side. Does he have enough steam to make it and wrestled down inside the 15-yard line?
Jolly on the run for the Spartans.
It's a great run by Christian Jolly, going to the left side, going down the edge on the sideline. So we see the replay here. He breaks that tackle, trying to pick up some blocks, and he does. Number 3 of the Independence, Colby Logan, able to chase him down, trying to get that block from his teammate Stem. Wasn't able to get it, but was able to use a little bit of his strength to get an extra few yards. Great play. Find themselves in the red zone of the Eagles.
So Jolly takes the ball down to the 12-yard line. That give inside. Hello, that is number 5, Navis Weldon. And Weldon will go in untouched. Or Trey Hunter, rather, sorry. Trey Hunter from 12 yards out over that left side, and he is able to knot this score with 10-11 to go here in the third quarter. So quickly, Summit able to answer Independence with a quick score here in the third quarter. And the point after is blocked.
It looks like it came up short.
And so Indy maintains the lead 21-20. So those are the types of things, Parker Hazard, that can come back to bite you, especially in a game that's this close.
You're exactly right. And as we see on this play here, just a straight give, zone give to number 6, Hunter. A different look, again, you know, with that wing T offense that we spoke of earlier, different styles of the formation, different motions. That just looked to be a straight give, and Hunter was able to find that hole. Great blocking up front by the offensive line. Looked to answer the bell on the first drive, or excuse me, their first possession on their first drive of this second half. And you know, the missed field goal you can deal with as long as you come back, have a good defensive stand on Independence first drive, and continue. You know, there was no flags on that play or on that drive, so that's a positive. You know, it's the first drive that they've had with no offensive flags, so they need to continue that and not shoot themselves in the foot, and see if they can answer the Cisco, Sheffield / Collier attack that the Eagles have been showing so far this game.
So you have to forgive me about my inability to distinguish between the number 5 and the number 6, as my eagle-eyed partner Parker Hazard pointed out that was indeed number 6 Trey Hunter, who scored the TD for Summit. Liam Aiken on to kick it away. They stay away from Sheffield, but he's able to pick it up right here. And you can see why. A very dangerous return man as TJ Sheffield takes it to the right side, and he's got daylight. All the way to the end zone is TJ Sheffield for the hat trick on the evening. His 3rd touchdown of the night, this one coming from a kick return. And just like that, Independence back on top. So some offensive fireworks to begin this third quarter as Sheffield, number 2.
Michael, it looks like they're bringing the ball back.
That one's coming back.
Well, forgive my excitement, because this one will come back because we had a penalty on the field.
Looks like it was a block in the back there as Sheffield was looking to get that edge. And no need to apologize for that excitement, Michael. That was an amazing self-made play by Sheffield. As you see, Collier kind of faked it. He was going to pick it up. Sheffield was able to get it, you know, and the blocking was pretty much made right there in that pile. And Sheffield used the speed, the wheels to outrun the entire special teams defense of the Spartans. But unfortunately,
So couldn't quite see where the penalty came from right there on the replay.
yeah, I'm trying to find it. It's going to be somewhere right here as he's going on the outside. Maybe we missed it in that.
Might have maybe he stepped out of bounds right there. Not quite sure. But anyway, nevertheless, 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line, and we'll whistle this one back up. So the score remains 21-20. Independence still on top by a single point. The ball spotted at the 44-yard line.
Looks like the Eagles are looking to spread out their receivers here on 1st down to see if they decide to go to the air.
So 3 receivers to the left for Cisco. He'll take it himself and run right up the gut. Hammered there at the 50-yard line, but falls across the 50. And we've got a little extracurricular there as somebody lost a hat. And we've got a Spartan down on the play.
Looks to be number 33, Stem, shaking up on the play. Boy, Cisco not afraid to lower the shoulders and take a hit. Don't know if that was a design quarterback draw or not. Kind of made it look so as they spread out their receivers, kind of open up the middle of the field. Good positive gain on 1st down for the Eagles. Looks like Sheffield's going to stay on the sidelines on this play.
So 2nd down and 3. The ball just across the 50-yard line. 3 receivers again to the left for Nathan Cisco. He's back looking for one of those 3 receivers. He's got his man Collier. And Collier able to dance out of traffic there, but he is spun down at about the 42-yard line.
Wow.
We'll pick up the 1st down, and I believe somebody got shoved there at the very end, and we'll have a penalty flag. I think we've got probably have a personal foul, maybe an unsportsmanlike coming up.
I believe so. I believe you're right. Great job going up and getting this ball, holding on to it with Cisco. Kind of retreats to his right, deciding not to go down. Maybe ended up losing a few yards. As we see here at the end of the play, it looks like he might have been a little aggressive as he was getting up by the defensive player of the Spartans, and got his.
So Collier looked like in that replay right there, looked to be on the ground and looked like a Summit player kind of came in and gave him a little spear there at the end. And the next man on the play, trying to protect his man on the ground, was an Indy player, and the referee is the one that's the penalty that he saw.
Yeah, emotions kind of flaring up, as we, border battle, big non-region game rivalry, and we'll see if Independence can answer to that misfortune.
So still 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. An inside screen that give to number 3. That's Colby Logan. And again.
Nah, I believe that was just momentum. He nothing malicious, just kind of touched him out there. As I said, tempers are flaring on both sides.
There you see Coach Blade again. And the ball again spotted just over the 50-yard line. As you take a look at Logan.
It's a good play call with the screen pass.
So spun around, so no harm. Under 9 minutes to go now here in the 3rd quarter. Indy leading this border battle 21-20. 2nd down 4. Cisco again. Fires to his left side. He has Collier again, and Collier crosses the 40-yard line. He'll pick up the 1st down. Down to about the 37-yard line. Isaiah Collier, the senior.
It's another example of the dual threat on the outside wide receivers with Sheffield and Collier. Here, and see if we can see it. Sheffield doing his job, blocking that cornerback that was manned on him, opening up the lane for Collier to get the 1st down. Unselfish play by Sheffield to keep the chains moving for the Eagles.
So Indy got a rush right here. Play clock is down to 0, and they'll be called again for a delay of game. Boy, that's got to drive Coach Blade absolutely nutty right there. They come away with that great offensive play to Collier, and then are delayed getting their play off, and that will back them up. First down and 15 back to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, you notice the third time this drive the ball has been marked back for the Eagles, and kind of surprising with how fast paced their offense is that they let the play clock run down to 0.
So first down and 15. Sheffield goes in motion. They give it to him. He's around that right side. He's got some green. Stays on his feet. He's got the first down to about the 26-yard line.
Michael, number 20 for Independence, Jack Phillips, made that play happen with his block up front, giving Sheffield the corner. Sheffield, all he had to do was use those wheels to go on the outside. Great block by Phillips there on the edge to keep the change again moving and negating that last penalty for the Eagles.
So Sheffield tonight with already 2 touchdowns. He had a kick return for a touchdown that was called back. An exciting player, TJ Sheffield. And we've got an encroachment call for Summit. As Summit drops down into that offensive line, resets itself, and so many times you see that in the high school game where the defensive players will see that and think they've started kind of an overly anxious, and they'll jump the gun. So a free 5 yards for Indy. Brings up second down and 5. That give inside again to Logan. Tries to bounce it out and picks up a positive gain there of about 2, maybe 3 yards. Colby Logan, the 12th grader, the running back and this strong safety.
You know, going back to your explanation of the old down set hike formation of the offensive line reminds me of the old movie Little Giants. You know, down, set, they get set, and they snap the ball. Very confusing for a defensive line, like you mentioned. And I don't, Independence definitely didn't do this when I was here, and I kind of like it.
So Collier over to the left. There's Sheffield on the slot. Jukes inside. He's got some daylight inside. And there is TJ Sheffield's 3rd touchdown of the night.
He wanted to make sure that he was going to get that 3rd of the game, Michael, after getting called back on that return. Just great vision and just great speed, and kind of looked like the defense of Summit was kind of thinking he was going to go outside. Sheffield read it, cut back inside, and was untouched for the touchdown.
So Landry again on for the kick. Boots it through, and our new score with 6:37 to go here in the 3rd. Independence takes a 28-20 lead. As we'll likely take a look at this touchdown again.
We're seeing a healthy dose of Collier and Sheffield on these swing screens on the outside, as number 15 from Summit was unblocked, and Sheffield just kind of did it on his own, as Collier and a committee of Eagles on the outside finishing up those blocks there around inside the 5-yard line, ensuing the end zone for Sheffield. And now it's time back to the drawing boards if you're the Spartans. Quick drive on their first possession of the half. They need to gain on top of that and get back in the end zone.
So Isaiah Collier, the 12th grader, all 5'6", 145 pounds of him, providing a great block right there on the end to spring TJ Sheffield into the end zone. So here we are, set again. As Landry set to kick it away for Independence. He's knocked a couple of them through the end zone tonight. Let's see if he can do it a 3rd time. This one's going to be returned. Well, not in the high school game, as the receiver stepped back into the end zone. So Summit will take over 1st down and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Landry again showing off that leg. That looks like to be number 4 in the touchback department. Forcing Summit to start on their own 20 once again. And freshman Destin Wade leading his troops out to the line of scrimmage once again.
So Wade, the 9th grader. That handoff to number 6, Trey Hunter, and Hunter crosses the 25-yard line up to about the 27. Pickup of about, call it 6 yards, up to the 26-yard line. So bring up 2nd down and 4.
Solid first down run, good positive gain, bringing up 2nd and short, 2nd and like you said, 5-6 yards. Plenty of things you can do here if you're offensively for the Spartans.
So 2nd down and 5 now for Summit. Outside the ball goes again to Hunter, and Hunter's got some daylight. Forgive me, that's number 5, that's Weldon. And Weldon finds his way to that left side of the field.
Great blocking.
And makes it all the way for the touchdown. 75 yards for Navis Weldon.
Wow, what a run by Weldon. Haven't called his name yet tonight, but he is making sure his name is called. That 75-yard touchdown run, probably for about 100 with how much of the field he ran. And great blocking. There was so much going on up front for the Spartans. I wasn't able to pinpoint certain blockers, but a great team score for the Spartans. And we'll see what they decide to do here for the extra point. I don't know. It almost looks like they're going to go for 2 to tie this game up, Michael.
So Summit had an extra point blocked earlier, so trying to tie this one up now with a 2-point conversion. Here's Wade again. They give to Odemegwu, and Odemegwu, what do they say?
Short.
Nope, they don't give it to him, so Indy able to hold off the 2-point conversion and hold the score to 28-26. Again, Parker Hazard, that sort of thing can come in mighty big in a tight game like this.
You are correct.
Later on down the road.
You know, that's right, but you can't help but to take nothing but positivity off of that run as we're watching it here. The young Weldon, actually, you know, he is a senior, but able to corral the ball and follow his blockers from each side of the field and get to the end zone. And I do not disagree with the call to go for it, to try to tie the score on that extra point. 1 play, you know, or excuse me, 2 plays. Not a lot of time off the clock on that possession. Still a little over a half of this quarter left to play. And
there you see the replay again. Watch number 40, Brigham Morikawa. I believe he's a basketball player as well. He gives chase there, shows some good hustle, but runs out of daylight as Weldon able to punch it in for the 75-yard touchdown. So again, Summit has been playing it safe tonight on these kickoffs. They've been squibbing their kicks, trying to keep it away from TJ Sheffield. Sheffield returned one for a touchdown earlier, but it was called back. This one to sorry, that is Colby Logan. So he picks up the short kickoff and crosses the 40-yard line. So Indy with nice field position. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line.
it's a good decision by Logan to go ahead and pick up that ball and, you know, not let it potentially trickle all the way back to Sheffield and have time for the Summit special teams pursuit to get to him. Good, solid field position starting on this drive for the Eagles.
So 1st and 10 from the 43, we'll call it. Cisco again directing his troops, rolls to his left. There's Collier, catches it about the 45 and wrestles his way across the 50-yard line, taken down by a host of Summit Spartans. Close to the 1st down is Collier. And I believe we have a player down.
Looks like Danny Jackson kind of coming up hobbly for the Spartans. And then, oh yeah, it looks like an Eagle there on the sidelines being worked on. Possibly another one of those calf cramps.
Can't tell who the player is. We've got
timeout on the field.
he's hidden behind all those trainers and players down there.
Actually, looks like it might be a Spartan.
I believe it is a Got that leg up in the air and pushing that toe down, so it looks like another one of those nasty calf cramps that we see so often this time of year in Tennessee high school football.
Going back to the game so far, Michael, when you look at the scoreboard, 28-26, already a high-scoring game, and we know that coming. You know that's going to happen. Looking at the Eagles' offense, but the Spartans able to keep them close and stay in the game with their own offensive schemes, and just both teams firing on all cylinders, and keeping the flags off the field, no self-inflicting wounds. They seem to be working on all cylinders.
So Odemekwe, the player with the injury, he'll hobble off the field. So 1st and 10, Indy from the 47-yard line. Here's Cisco out to his right side. He's got his man. There's Sheffield again. Look out. Dangerous as always as Sheffield able to leap across the 30-yard line out of bounds. Picks up another Indy first down to about the 27-yard line.
It's amazing to me, Michael, that they're not getting a guy spying specifically on Sheffield.
There's the man right there, number 2.
He's going across the flat there. All linebackers are falling back into his zone. He has plenty of room to make the tackle.
Cisco rolls to his left. He's got Sheffield again. Sheffield able to break a tackle.
Wow.
And nearly stays on his feet and rolled down at the 5-yard line. TJ Sheffield growing stronger and stronger seemingly with every play. And we've got another Spartan on the field.
Injured Spartan down on the field, officials timeout.
So Sheffield already with 3 touchdowns on the night, as we've got 2 Spartans down now. And Parker Hazard, we ran into this issue last week. I think it was in the 3rd quarter. We had all these calf cramps there. As you see, TJ Sheffield.
Yeah, and on that play, Danny Jackson able to shoestring tackle him, keeping him out of the end zone. But once again, as I was saying earlier, plenty of blanket, plenty of space for Sheffield that I just don't see why you would leave him without a man tied to his hip. And Cisco able to find him on seemingly every play. Great blocking up front with his offensive line, able to have the time to see him. And just a great all-around offensive performance by the Eagles offensive line, all the way out to their running back core, receiving core, blocking, and play execution.
So Arnold, one of the injured Spartans, he's up and at him. And now Indy, they'll take over. 1st down, goal to go from the Summit 6-yard line. This time it's Logan, and he's in for the touchdown. Colby Logan from 6 yards away pads this lead to 34-26. As a number of these Summit players have gone off the field with calf cramps. And Colby Logan able to take it over from 6 yards away for the extra point try is Weston Landry. And he boots it through. And our new score with 4:45 to go here in the 3rd is Indy 35, Summit 26. We have a raging border battle down here in southern Williamson County.
Michael, as we see here, looks like Summit had their eyes on Sheffield this play just as I was, and I thought he took it. Great read by Cisco, handing it off to Logan. And he was untouched, able to go through a gaping hole into the end zone. You stretch this league, as you said, and if you're the Spartans, you gotta look at something to change on offense. No penalties. Get into your offensive line's head. Dig down deep with that grit that we all know they have, and get this team down the field. Plenty of time left in this 3rd quarter to reach back into this lead that Independence has and make it a game going into the 4th quarter. It's all going to start with this kickoff right here on a positive return.
So Landry is set to kick it away for Indy again. Again, your new score, 35-26. Not a region matchup again. 6A Indy against 5A Summit. But don't tell anybody in the crowd that, as that one will be booted through the end zone. And Summit will take over from their own 20-yard line. First down and 10 to go.
Well, once again, Landry not letting the special teams of Summit get to work. As we see here, Michael, the blackout crew, student section here at Independence, definitely into this game. It's time now to see if Summit can kind of quieten the crowd a little bit, get a positive drive here.
So Wade back out for quarterback for Summit. That give inside. I believe that was to Casey, number 3, if I'm
Zach Smith on the stop.
Call it Zach Smith, my bad. Or was that Trey Hunter? I think the announcer had it wrong and I had it wrong, and Parker Hazard has it right.
It was actually Trey Hunter on the run. Zach Smith was leading the tackle by committee there for the Eagles, stopping him at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
So they got a little lazy up here. I'm listening to the announcer. He's calling it the Independence kids, and I'm listening to him. Anyway, second down and 10. Weldon again, or Wade rather. Hunter again on the carry. Crosses the 20-yard line. Gain of maybe 3 yards. Brings up third down and 7 for Summit with 3:44 to go here in the third quarter.
Michael, we're at a football game. Teamwork on the field, teamwork up here on the press box.
Exactly
we
right.
got it.
It's easy to see numbers in the daylight, but once the sun goes down, it's a little bit more difficult for these older eyes. So rolling to the right is Wade. Got his man, number 10, that was Hunter Rogers, and just off his fingertips, and that'll bring up fourth down for Summit. And here comes the man of the night, number 2, TJ Sheffield. And anytime he has touched the ball tonight, there's been massively positive things happen for Indy.
Yeah, definitely something is happening. Every eye in this stadium is on the field when that man hits the turf. You know, 2 run stops by the Eagles defense, forcing Summit to pass, which is something they're not used to doing.
So they'll try to keep it away from him. And Sheffield wobbles that one, picks it up, and he's off to the races and will be swatted down as he crosses the 45-yard line. Was Sheffield that time. But still picks up positive yardage, giving his team great field position.
Using those talons of his to just grab the ball off the turf. And able to turn nothing into something. Braden Stem met him.
Who was that, number 13? I can't tell. I don't think they've got the man. I don't think they've got him listed on the Summit roster. Number 13, couldn't tell who that was. But laid the lick on Sheffield. And I believe yet another Summit player. So I think Parker Hazard, I have lost count of all the calf cramp injuries that we've had.
Yeah, it's definitely the weather, humidity is definitely showing to be a factor tonight. And both training staffs on both sidelines are getting their work in. And I love the high school aspect of it. You have both training staffs on each team, no matter who is down, who they're playing for. You have both staffs out there trying to get them better. It looks like it's an Independence player down actually, and you have training staffs from Summit and Independence. And you got to love it, keeping both teams as safe as possible. And hope everyone stays healthy. Second week in the season, don't want to see too many of these.
So the injured Indy player, I believe, is number 7. That's Caden Williams. junior. And Indy able to take back over here with 3:02 to go in the third quarter. First down and 10 from the Summit 44-yard line. Indy again out for a little revenge. They were spanked last year by these Summit Spartans, 31-17. And Summit coming off a big loss last week to Oakland High School out of Murfreesboro, but they seem to be clicking on all cylinders tonight as Collier dances his way, weaves, finds the left side of the field, and Collier all the way for the 44-yard touchdown. Isaiah Collier with his second touchdown of the night.
Once again, you have eyes on Sheffield. Collier steps in, senior. A lot of athletic playability, big playability, if you will, excuse me, and able to reach the end zone.
Injury timeout on the field for the injured Spartan.
Not sure who the injured Spartan is, but I did see on the play he was that last bit of effort on the tackle. Looks like he must have tweaked something as well. As
So
we
check
see
out your
Collier
replay
here.
right here.
He's coming in motion from the wide outside, having two blockers up front there in the backfield. And he's able to cut it up the middle. Just using his speed, vision, has his eye on one goal, and he was able to reach it. And looks like Nephis Weldon, number 5 for the Spartans, is up and walking on his own.
So Indy now kind of running away with things as they go up 41-26, 2:48 to go here in the third. Landry again on for the point after attempt. And again, straight and true, your new score with 2:48 to go here in the third quarter. Indy 42, Summit 26.
So we check this touchdown run by Collier again one more time. It's almost being apparent that the larger roster count of Independence is able to cycle in guys, first and second team, especially up front offensively, and kind of overpowering the defensive front of Summit. A lot of those guys are playing two ways, as we mentioned earlier, and Coach Coleman mentioned as well that the biggest thing for them that they have to be careful with is keeping guys fresh, and with these cramps, it's hard to do. It's also hard to do with the big men up front from Independence able to open up these holes. And if Summit gets a chance to return from Landry, looking to get a positive outcome past the 20-yard line, which they have been held to each time. Plenty of time left, though, Michael, to come back and make something happen with this game.
So Landry set to kick it away. Again, has booted several through the end zone, and looks like this one is on its way there too.
Almost to the uprights.
Kick goes over the end zone. Spartans come out to the 20 to set up shop.
So Indy will come out to, or Summit rather, will come out to their own 20-yard line and see if they can tap into this 16-point lead by Independence. As we tick under 3 minutes to go here in the third. Staying with the freshman quarterback is Summit Destin Wade, rolling to his right and in trouble now.
Oh,
and
good cut.
Finds a little daylight as he cuts back, but it will be wrestled down.
Huber on the tackle for the Eagles.
Once
By
again,
number 6, that is, well, couldn't tell who that was. I think that was Jake Huner, number 8, as Wade able to get up to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, second down and 5 to go.
yeah, once again, Destin Wade rolling out for a pass. Not, good coverage by the Eagles. wasn't able to pick up a block, but was able to make something out of nothing with his legs, and showing a lot of maturity for the freshman.
So here goes Wade, rolling to his left again, now in trouble again, and finds a little daylight, a crease, and he's got the first down. Up to about the 37 goes Wade before he's taken down.
Isaiah Collier playing defense, 2.
Looks like number 6, Isaiah Collier, in for the tackle for the Eagles. Design run by the quarterback.
So Collier puts all 145 pounds of himself to make the tackle there.
We're seeing progress from their last drive, Michael, for the Spartans. Able to march down, gaining closer to midfield.
So there's your old-fashioned wing T formation. That give to Weldon again. Had the long touchdown a little while ago. Weldon able to pick up about 3 yards. Mark it up to about the 42 as we tick close to a minute to go here in the third quarter.
Caleb Lanford on the stop for the Eagles.
Spartans showing different looks, trying to keep the Eagles defense guessing, subbing in and out personnel, trying to keep legs fresh. Good first down gain.
So again, Destin Wade, the 9th grader, rolling to his right, looking for receivers. Got his man, but that pass will fall incomplete. Intended for Casey. And we bring up 3rd down and 5 as we're looking at 38 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Finally had some good pressure, blocking up front, did Wade. Able to have a little bit of time. Looked like he had a little bit of trouble deciding who he was going to give the ball to. And the receiver wasn't, Casey wasn't necessarily ready for it, for the bullet pass. Big 3rd down here for the Spartans.
So 3rd and 5. Wade back, rolling to his right. He'll keep it himself and up close to the first down, but he'll be stopped short, it looks like. As Indy able to contain on the 9th grader, Destin Wade, and they'll mark it at the 46-yard line, about 3 yards short of the first. And Coach Brian Coleman got a decision to make, and didn't take him very long. He's made it.
Looks like they're trying to squeak it in before zeros hit.
So here's Summit, and they're not going to do it. So we turn around and we'll go to the fourth quarter. So at the end of the third, Summit, or Indy rather, tacks on a couple of scores. We got the 16-point lead, 42-26.
Looked like they were going for a hard count there, closing out the third quarter, trying to get the Eagles to jump off sides, but they were ready for it. And once again, Coach Coleman on the Spartan sidelines is going to have decision to make, and I find a hard time thinking that they're going to kick it away. That this is, like you said, being down 16 points. They need to keep the momentum. They've had so far so good, a good positive drive going, and definitely want to stay in this game if they want. And if the only way they're going to do that is if they convert here on 4th down, as both teams are studying over the playbooks. 16 points sounds like a lot, Michael, but the way this game's been going, not an insurmountable lead.
Very true. These teams have landed haymakers when you least expect it. And so we head into the fourth quarter. Summit going for it on 4th down and 2. The give inside to Odemegwu. He's across the midfield, and he'll have the first down.
Odemegwu with the first down run.
Odemegwu went down earlier with calf cramps, it looked like, but Odemegwu kind of the workhorse tonight for these Summit Spartans. Crosses midfield up to about the 47-yard line, where Summit will take over 1st and 10.
I was nervous to mention Odemegwu's name because I remember the calf cramp, but when in doubt, go to your stout running back, and they did. It's good to see him back on the field. Definitely a positive for the Summit offense. as we see him actually going out wide in the slot near side.
So again, kind of that wing T formation. Here's Wade back to pass. That one was almost picked off. Number 28, that is Alex Becker for Indy.
Pass for Casey goes incomplete.
Becker saw daylight in front of him. And we've got another injury down out on the field. It's another Indy player is down.
Judging by the way that play opened up, Michael, Wade might have been showing a little bit of his inexperience. Odemegu wide open, 10 yards of non-coverage, if you will, on the outside, near side, and Wade was trying to look a little bit deeper, a little bit better, more yards, happened to sail on him. Luckily wasn't picked off.
So this looks to be a little bit different than a calf cramp for the injured Independence player. Can't quite tell who it is down there. But we will take an opportunity here to point out our production crew again tonight. We've got Sam Colvett, a senior now at Franklin High School, was once my 7th grader. He's a grown man these days. Jack Johnson kind of directs us from up here. Michael Hutchison. Lance West is our boss. He's down in the truck running the show. And a couple of cameramen down on the field. Will and Christian doing a great job for us tonight for this WCTV crew.
Yes, their first year with us, and definitely doing a great job getting us some good vantage points from the field here on our replay monitor. And you know, shout out and props to everybody down in the truck, Lance, Michael, and guys up here making it easier for us to call this game and games to come.
Well, it brings up next week. We will see this Independent squad again next week as we are up at Centennial High School.
All right.
The Cougars tonight taking on Hendersonville.
Jalen Davis, the injured Eagle, coming off the field under his own power.
So the injured Eagle was number 62. That's Dalen Davis, as he's kind of slow to ease off the field there. So Summit, second down 10. 11:27, we're just underway here in this last quarter. Summit down 26-42. We've gone with the freshman tonight, Wade at quarterback, and Odemegu. And he is stacked up there at the 50-yard line. We've got a flag on the play, kind of in the area of holding. We'll see what the call is. It is, I believe it is holding.
Looks to be like Summit's going backwards.
So we'll have a hold call on Summit.
Holding on the Spartans.
You know, that was a great job by number 8, Jake Uner, for the Eagles to shed that block and stop Odemegu from getting anywhere further. You know, obviously the holding call negates that, but.
Goodness, that was a long holding call. That'll take Summit all the way back to the 34-yard line.
This is going back to the self-inflicted penalties. Keep going backwards that Coach Coleman spoke of earlier.
So second down and a long way to go. They swing it out wide to number 10, that's Rogers. And he's knocked out of bounds after he crosses the 35-yard line.
Looked to be Drew Cannon, number 57, leading the tackle there on the outside, on the sidelines. Nowhere for Rogers to go. Third and very long for Sparty.
So third down and 27 for Summit. They've got to cross midfield and then get another 3 yards before they can sniff the first down. But they've done it before. Wade again. Rolling to his left, in trouble, being chased by a host of Eagles. Over to, I believe that was number 36, Danny Jackson. Jackson knocked out of bounds, and he's slow to get up. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Not being able,
Summit.
not being able to get to the original line of scrimmage with the Spartans. Looks like Coleman is going to play it safe and kick it away.
So a massive holding penalty. Really, we watched the wheels fall off there for Summit on that drive. Sheffield again back to receive for Independence. Quickly away, and Sheffield will let it dribble down to the 10-yard line where it will roll dead.
Great play.
And Indy takes over 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. 10:16 to go here in the ball game.
Little end over ender there, and I was going to say right before the snap, if possible, try to keep it away from Sheffield and pin it deep with this field position, and they were able to do that. A little low end over ender, and the pursuit by special teams of Summit were able to keep Sheffield away from the ball, and for the first time, they're starting inside their own 20.
So now it looks like we're set and away we go. As Indy, I believe this will be their first offensive drive. And again, that downset Hut got Summit to jump one more time, so a free 5 yards on the encroachment penalty.
Yeah, that's a tough way to line up, or excuse me, defend that type of lineup if you are on defense. And I remember seeing it in years past initiate a lot of encroachment calls in Eagles opponents.
Gotta watch that ball, fellas. So 1st down and 5 for Indy from the 15. That give up the gut there to number 3, Colby Logan. Logan with a touchdown on the night, as he'll pick up about 2 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down. Brings up 2nd down and 2. That's right. They had 1st and 5. I was wondering why they were so close all of a sudden.
I was on the same page with you.
So here we go. 2nd down and 2. Logan again on that left side tries to break free and crosses the 20-yard line.
Logan running behind the big line.
And he'll have enough for the 1st down.
You know, 2 run plays in a row, and if I know Coach Blade, from watching games in the past, they're not one for running the clock out. Might not just be looking for opening up that passing game again. Plenty of time here left in the 4th quarter.
Took a look at Coach Blade there, directing traffic from the sideline. Swinging out right wide, this time to number 22. That is Brian Pierce.
Number 22, Brian Pierce.
And Pierce calling his name for the first time tonight. He'll have a 1st down, crosses the 35-yard line to the 37.
As we see there, they're opening it up wide on the outside with the Eagles. And good pursuit by the Spartans, but good blocking up front on the outside by the Eagles defenders, able to move the change for 1st down.
Cisco rolling to his left, and that'll skip along the ground. Intended receiver was Collier.
Looks like it might have slipped out of the hand a little bit. Cisco has not shown any lack of arm strength this evening, so I'm going to go with a little bit of a slip of the ball out of his hand there. But looked to be good coverage there by number 5 of Summit, Weldon, closing in quick.
And I believe you're right, Parker. I think this bigger roster of Indy is starting to wear on Summit. See some of these Summit players kind of showing some signs of fatigue, as Logan, he'll get the call, crossing the 40-yard line.
Colby Logan, running hard for the Eagles.
Carries that pile up past the 40-yard line.
Yeah, you know, Coach Coleman was talking about, you know, they don't have any guys even anywhere close to 300 pounds on their offensive line. And you can look at their defensive line and their defense in whole and see that they're barely pushing 250. And looking at Independence's offensive line, definitely see a difference in size, but speed and aggression for Summit is what's keeping them in this game.
So 3rd down and 6, and nicely done.
Catch.
The catch to Collier. Collier flattening out for that catch, and he picks up a huge first down down to the Summit 45-yard line. Take us through that one, Parker.
Well, number one, Cisco making up for that errant throw play before and just hitting Collier perfectly inside that zone. Looked like Summit was trying to look for something deeper, and Independence read that well, and Cisco was able to meet his target.
Beautiful catch. This time again, he'll go to Pierce, I believe. And Brian Pierce will cross the 35-yard line. Has enough for another Indy first down. And Indy looking to score the knockout punch here with 7:30 to go here in the 4th quarter. They lead by 16, 42-26.
Danny Jackson in on the tackle once again. His name's been called all night, but another time getting up slow as he's going over the right side of the field.
So that give inside again to Logan. Logan makes it up to the 30-yard line and keeps that clock ticking away as time is running out on these Summit Spartans.
As we see personnel changes, you know, every other play by the Eagles, no one is coming off the field for the Spartans, and I'm pretty sure that's what's taking the toll on them. But love to see the tenacity and grit by this team, young team, and hanging in there with the 6A Eagles.
So Cisco again bobbled the snap, and that time Logan trying to turn something into make something out of nothing. I'll get it right here in a second. Crosses the 30-yard line. We've got another flag. I bet somebody said something right there.
Yeah, it looked to be a little bit of chirping.
Didn't see anybody touch anybody, but we've dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the Eagles.
Yeah, definitely some trash talk that the Mr. Referee did not like, and that's going to cost them.
That'll take him back to the 45-yard line. So what once was a nice drive was just kind of hamstrung right there by somebody that couldn't keep their cool. And they got whistled for it. And now Indy finds themselves back at the 45-yard line.
This will give them a loss of downs as they make it 3rd down with a lot to gain for the Eagles.
So a 3rd down and 15. These are the types of things that can lose high school football games. And that pass to Sheffield, he crosses the 40. So yeah, Indy looking to provide that knockout punch with some really nice gains. And then the unsportsmanlike penalty drives them back. And now we're looking at 4th down and about 14 to go, 15 to go.
4th down for the Eagles.
Yeah, Coach Blade and the Eagles not looking to give the ball back to the Spartans, trying to put it away here on 4th down.
So 4th down and 15. Coach Blade rolls the bones. Long pass, and that was almost picked off.
Incomplete, intended for Pierce.
Great defense by Szymanski.
3rd overall down.
On the outside, and that's the second or third bobbled / drop snap by Cisco. And good defense by number 22, who was the receiver. Brian Pierce keeping the ball out of Szymanski's hands. And heck, you know, almost rather him catch it there inside the 10-yard line versus the 39. Nonetheless, Spartans are getting another chance just inside 5.5 minutes. Need to get a quick drive and points on this possession if they want to keep in this game.
So 5:23 to go in the ball game. Summit back at their own 39-yard line. Wade looking for everything right here. Goes up big and pass falls incomplete. Summit's crowd looking for a pass interference call. I don't think they're going to pick it up.
Yeah, it looked like the receiver may have jumped a little too soon for that ball. It looks like it was Odemegwu, I believe, or it was Odemegwu and Hunter Rogers over there on that side with the ball. Might have been a little bit of contact, but not enough to force the referee to throw a flag. Good looking throw by Wade. First time he's gotten to show off his arm deep.
We've got a official timeout. The old sideline warning. Now that got Page in trouble last week. We kind of look at those sideline warnings and we go, okay, that's a big waste of time. But Page actually had 2 of those sideline warnings last week, and it cost them dearly. And now a Summit player goes down.
It looks like that's Odemegwu, was the last person you want to see on the field, or on the ground, if you will, if you're the Spartans. But going back to what you were saying, yeah, I believe Page had 1 to 2 warnings, and then as Fairview was coming back into that game and threatening a big, it was on 3rd and long, and that 5-yard penalty got them 3rd and short, and they were able to progress and end up scoring that drive, if I remember correctly. A little bit different here. Luckily, it's not costing Summit any yards, but the last thing that they need right now is penalties on their side going backwards. Got to play smart.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Wade again takes it himself, goes up the gut, finds a little daylight, and up close to a 1st down. About to midfield. And Wade is right there, and they will give him the 1st down right there at the midfield line. Right, he will dot that I in the middle of the field.
Now I know Summit's offensive style is not going quick, but going inside 5 minutes now, need to start thinking a little bit urgently.
So 1st and 10 from the 50. Wade will roll to his left, looking, in trouble, and will be sacked or not. Yes, he will be. Dragged down at the 45-yard line. Thought Wade might have an opportunity to spin free from that, but the Eagles defense playing mighty tenaciously.
Jack Phillips, once again, name called all night, in on every single play, it seems like, always going to the ball. Able to finish off the sack of Wade. This clock's still ticking, Michael. I don't know what Summit's waiting on. They need to get something going.
So 2nd down, 15. Loss of 5 on the play. Wade again rolling to his right. Finds his receiver, and I believe that's number 15, Myers.
Oh, they said he didn't have possession going out of bounds.
So it looked like he was bobbling the ball. It was headed out of bounds, and sure enough, they don't give him the completion there.
It's tough to see from that angle. Definitely was bobbling the ball. Can't tell if he had corralled it to his chest with that right foot in bounds, being there only needs to be 1. But not enough to force a completion call from the refs.
So 3rd down, 15, under 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. Summit getting down to their last opportunities here. Wade again on the rollout, looking deep. And that one nearly picked off.
Desperation throws, desperation plays, it looks like, from the Spartans right now. Having to negate their running attack with the clock running down here towards the end of the game. Something they're not used to, a little bit uncomfortable with.
So Coach Coleman, I believe he'll go for definitely has to go for it here on 4th down and 15.
Absolutely. Maybe a little bit of motion, double give, trickeration again, possibly, I don't know. Looks like Independence is going to be backing off the ball.
And so they'll call timeout and talk about it.
Yeah, it looks like coaches over on Summit sideline didn't like the way they were lined up, and the big 4th down coming up to possibly stay in this game somehow. They want to make sure they get it right.
So I'll give you a little rundown of our schedule for the next couple of weeks. Next week we are seeing this Independence crew again. They'll be at Centennial. That'll be Labor Day weekend. And then we are back to see the Summit Spartans in 2 weeks with Nolensville traveling to Summit.
That should be a good game.
21st we'll be back at Nolensville to watch Brentwood. And then we'll round out the month with Centennial at Franklin on the 28th of September. And my goodness, that'll take us into October.
See what the Spartans came up with here for this big 4th down play, Michael.
So 4th down and 15. Wade rolls to his right, looking, flag down, got his man. That receiver is John Casey, knocked out of bounds, looks to have enough for the 1st down. But we'll check the flag. I think we'll have a holding call.
Yeah, plenty for the 1st down. Looks like a lot of tired offensive linemen at Summit, and not able to stay in front of their men, and grabbing onto some jerseys there. We'll see what the official call is, but judging by the spot of the flag, well, I am wrong, Michael.
Well, they'll wave that sucker off, and they will have a 1st down.
No flag on the play. That's going to be a 1st down.
Well, that's a big sigh of relief if you are the Spartans. Clock stopping with the chains moving and being out of bounds. So time to get a good solid play call here for 1st down.
So move the ball down to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, 3:28 to go in the ball game. And here's Summit from the Indy 32. Wade again, he'll roll to his left. He's got his man, and couldn't tell who that was at first. I think it was number 31, Jolly. And Jolly is knocked out of bounds about the 28-yard line.
Becker on the hard stop for the Eagles.
Clock continues to move.
I was going to say, I apologize. I don't think it goes to clock stoppage until inside 2 minutes without a 1st down. So working quickly are the Spartans, getting guys on and off the field.
So 2nd down and 6. And Summit finally gets their final man out on the field. Wade backs up, looks to his right side, kind of a wobbly duck, and that one is knocked away at the last second.
Becker on the defense for the Eagles.
Otamegu not able to undercut Becker there, covering the pass, and a little bit short.
3rd down coming up for the Spartans.
Let's see what the Spartans can do on this 3rd and mid-6.
So 3rd down and 6. Wade again, back to pass, looking for his tight end, and again defended nicely. That time Sheffield able to knock it away. And I believe also defending on the play was,
Pass incomplete,
I want to
brings
say,
up 4th down.
Vinny Caldarella. Is that number 9? Maybe I missed that one. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was too busy watching the ball on that, Michael, and Sheffield showing hands on defense as well.
So this might be it for Summit. 4th down and 6, and we've got a whistle. And a false start by Summit. Back them up 5 yards, make it 4th down and 11.
It looked like the receivers here on the near side closest to us in the last couple plays might have been getting missed, starting just a tad bit early. That time they were caught, and going to bring up a longer 4th down, which, going back to what you said, probably Summit's ball game right here.
So Summit able to land a few haymakers in this one, but Indy able to get off the mat. And Wade again rolling to his right, and he'll chuck it deep, and he's got his man. And that'll be a touchdown.
Touchdown, Spartans.
Odumegwu finding the corner. Great play by Wade, staying with it. Almost thought he was going to run the ball. Probably should have if it was me, but I'm not the quarterback, and he was able to find Odumegwu.
George Odumegwu pulls Summit to within 10 with 2:11 to go.
Only way they're going to be able to stay in the game, Michael, is to convert this 2 points here.
So Summit again. Anything can happen in these high school football games. Down 10, going for 2. Wade again, rolling to his right, and missed his man. Intended for Myers on the 2-point.
Intended for Jonathan Myers, incomplete. Your score, Eagles 42.
Just a little wide
32.
of Myers' fingers. Great drive by the freshman Wade, though. As we look here at the touchdown pass, eyes staying down the field the entire time, being able to elude the rush, noticing where the line of scrimmage is, and finding his receiver Odumegwu in the corner of the end zone. Great pass. One of the most, probably the more accurate passes of this game that he's had, and most difficult. Looking to be about a 35-yard pass on the run. But, you know, young guy, bright future, and showing everyone that Summit's offense has more than a run game. And being down 10 points, Michael, I don't know. You know, like you said, it is high school football. Anything can happen, and it is the game of football. So probably going to see an onside formation for the Spartans and see if they can work some magic.
So everybody bunched up close here as Indy clearly expecting the onside from Summit. We saw one of these last week.
They got Sheffield, part of the hands team there on the 50-yard line. Instead of back deep, obviously try to catch this kick and seal the victory for the Eagles. See which way the Spartans try to kick it.
So Aiken trying to put a little English on the ball here. As the ball, it goes 10 yards and Indy able to recover. So a game effort for Aiken right there, kicked it away. Probably got the bounce they were looking for, but looking for the ball to probably bounce off the player there and then try to recover it in the chaos. But recovered nicely by Indy as they have 2:11 to work with. On top by 10 now, 42-32. First and 10 from their own 47-yard line, 48-yard line. And again, the give to Sheffield, and Sheffield will take it all the way across the field and not much more.
Got a helmet on the field, stopping the play, but great veteran and high football IQ play there by Sheffield, knowing there's nowhere to go and knowing the time of the ball game and obviously the scenario and going down himself without going out of bounds. Good smart heads up play for TJ. So as we mentioned earlier, Michael, Independence kind of out for vengeance this year, losing 31-17 last year to Summit. Summit having, you know, a strong team, 10-0, 6-0 in the region, going all the way to the quarterfinals, and then this year, you know, beating Spring Hill for the first time in Summit's tenure of being a high school. Independence looks like they are able to revenge that loss, and but they weren't able to do it without a fight. As I'm sure Coach Coleman and the Spartans coaching staff will be proud of their troops after tonight's performance.
So 2:01 to go here in the ball game. There's a sweep to Collier. He'll go to the left side, finds a little daylight, and falls across the 45-yard line.
Isaiah Collier on the run for the Eagles.
And
The first down marker, it's going to be 3rd down for the Eagles.
Parker Hazard pointing out another flag for us.
Not sure what that was. Looks like it was in the backfield.
Timeout on the field. Spartans.
Looks like Coach Blade's getting an explanation from Mr. Official down there.
So false start on Indy. Backs the ball up inside the 45-yard line to about the 43. Minute 51 to go in the ball game. Summit on top, 42-32. Brings up 2nd down and 15. Hey, you take that's not really Coach Blades right there. He's not that big.
Good picture of him, though.
But the student section thinks he is.
Wonder if he's seen that. I'm sure he has. Wonder how he feels about it.
There you see the Spartans. There's Coach Blade behind the flag. In his 6th season here at Independence High School.
Fans, remember, as you leave tonight, please remember to stay safe on the road. Wicked with Pickett and friends, don't let friends drive impaired. Be safe out there.
So 1:51 remaining in the ball game. Indy trying to hold on to this 10-point lead and get out of here with their first win of the year and hand Summit their first loss of the year. Sheffield again, he'll get the, well, thought he got the carry, but they give it inside. And can't see who that was. It was Colby again. Colby Logan. Logan Colby? Colby Logan. Colby Logan.
Colby Logan on the carry for the Eagles.
Advances the ball to, oh, where are they going to spot that?
Looks like another false start on the Eagles offense. See what they're going to mark the ball. I'm not sure. Be a 3rd and long nonetheless, I see.
Penalty on the Eagles is declined.
And with Summit out of timeouts, Michael, it looks like Eagles is they're just going to run the clock down, play clock down close to 0, and keep the ball on the ground and run this clock out.
So down to 1:15 to go, and now another flag.
I think they got it down to 0. Actually down to 0 instead of the 4-0.
So they'll call a timeout, does Indy, with 1:15 to go in the ball game.
A little strategic move there by Blade and the coaching staff from the Eagles, letting that play clock run all the way down, get the clock down to 1:15, just to ensure a little bit of help from the clock.
Ministries, Kelly Daughtery, movingwithkelly.com, Nashville K9, Mafiosa's Pizzeria, Roof to Go, Thompson Station Church, Cassie Jose of Franklin, and Label Graphics.
So we're ready to work again. 3rd down and 15. 1:15 to go in the ball game. Again, that jet sweep, they fake it and they go deep. Here's Collier again, and he's got the first down and wrestled down at the 25-yard line. And that should do it for Indy. Collier, the receiver, the little man with a huge game tonight, picks up the big first down on the pass play.
Yeah, the Eagles definitely ensuring that they're going to win this game by opening up top and getting that fresh set of downs. Collier, can't speak enough about Collier answering the bell, teaming up with Sheffield. Highly noticed on every school. Collier being able to get some eyes off of him and have a big game.
Give inside to Logan, and he's
Logan
knocked
on the
down.
run for
Under
the Eagles.
40 to go in the ball game. And so that, I think, will likely do it, as Independence will walk off the field with their first victory of the year. They take this, the 2018 border battle. The final score will be 42-32 as the time ticks away. As you watch the players line up and get ready to shake hands, these two South Williamson County rivals, as we tick away in 2-1, and that'll do it. So your final score from Independence High School in the border battle. Independence takes this year's version, 42-32. We will be back next week watching these Independence Eagles again at Centennial High School for the WCTV Game of the Week. Thanks so much for joining us tonight here at Independence. For Parker Hazard and all the crew, thank you, Mr. Lance West, our boss. I'm Michael Williams. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Plenty of traffic.